And we're back. Greetings, greetings. I see people jumping in. Again, my name is James. I'm from the US, from the Midwest. Welcome to the channel where we talk about everything US news, headlines, markets, everything in between. And we promise to make it interesting, fun, and we're not going to bore you, okay? And forgive my blue light blocking glasses. These things actually block the blue light. So that's why they're orange, yeah. But again, my name is James. I'm from the US, from the Midwest. And yeah, actually, if you know anything about the Midwest, there's not a whole lot going on there except for sports and farming. And I wasn't good at either one of those. But I did have an affinity for the numbers, and the numbers took me to engineering. Engineering got me interested in numbers, charts, graphs. And that's kind of a lot of how I got my first start. It was, kind of curiosity at first. And today's Monday, April 20th. We got a lot to go through here, a lot of news going on. The Strait of Hormuz is one that is always lately in the news. So we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. All right. So having said that, welcome. We will be going through some, like, why are you going to watch this channel? Why are you going to watch this stream? Because what you're going to get is you're going to get the latest news, latest headlines, latest insights, and we are going to go through some of the companies that are in the news on TradingView. So if you would like me to break down one of the companies that you're looking at, Josh, good morning, happy Monday. Thank you, Josh. Yes, welcome. Yeah, like I was saying, if anybody has a company that they would like me to look at later on, feel free to drop it in the comments. And hope you guys had a great weekend. Also, if you want to drop in the comments what you did over the weekend, okay? Let me know if it was good, bad, or indifferent, and let me know how the Strait of Hormuz affects your life, if it does. Besides the gas prices, or let me know what the gas prices are in your area too. I'd be curious to know. I've watched the NHL hockey playoffs. Oh, good for you, Josh. If you want to tell me about the NHL hockey playoffs, that's okay too. Feel free to share. We try to make this channel fun and not just boring, informational, but yeah, it's something that we're building a community of like-minded people so that we can share and have a stronger community, and always keep things positive and let us know what you're up to, let us know what you're looking into, and things like that. All right. So yeah, this past weekend, the global markets were interesting. The S&P, again, remember it broke 7,000, and also, what was it? Nvidia broke 200. Yeah, we're going to take a look at those. But some of the stories that we're going to be covering, for example, we're going to talk about the downward spiral of Nike. We're going to talk a little bit about how Morgan Stanley sees the agentic AI widening chip spending beyond just graphic processors and CPUs. Okay, we'll talk about that. We're also going to talk about Hormuz standstill and how that's going to affect not only gas, but everything else in between. Also, another company, we're going to talk about Avex that fetched 320 million in their IPO. We'll talk a little bit about them. Also, another one coming up, we have Meta also just announced May 20th for their layoffs, the first wave of layoffs, and they'll have additional cuts later on. We'll talk about how many are being laid off, and actually right here, they'll lay off about 10% of their global workforce, or close to people. If you know anyone connected to that or anyone affected by that, feel free to share. Also, we'll talk here about yeah, for example, there were some rumors about possible merger between United and American Airlines, and that's been rejected. Those talks apparently aren't going to happen. Also, another one here, Cerebras. If you've heard about Cerebras, they filed to go public. They were thinking about doing it last year, but they actually just filed to go public. And after scrapping their plans last year, the company's revenue grew almost 76% in 2025. That's Cerebras. We'll talk about them. And right here, for example, we'll talk about Oklo, because Oklo, and we'll talk about some other nuclear companies, nuclear power companies that skyrocketed this week. If you are into nuclear or into energy, feel free to share which companies you're looking at or which companies you're into. Let's see. I see a comment here. Um, oh, hot as balls. I love that name. Too funny, too funny. Um, yeah, let's see. For example, here, actually, tell you what. I got your black sky technology. This is what I can do. Black sky tech. I'll look up. There's a portion of our program where I look up some of the ticker symbols that you've asked about and expose bucket shop. Okay, yeah. What I can do later is I'll actually look up black sky technology, and then hot as balls. If you have balls, if you have further questions about that, just send me a message, okay? Because on this platform, if I give my how do you say recommendations or insights, it picks it up as like a sales channel, and then it just actually dings me and blocks me, okay? You like to, yes, it's a fun name. I'll give it that. But yeah, for example, I'll look it up later. If you do want further insights, just contact me here. Okay, that's what I can do. But as far as on the live stream, I will. Okay, good, no problem. Thank you. All right, and then another one that we'll look at right here. We'll look at Oklo Energy Nuclear, and then right here, this is the one we'll talk about. We'll talk about also some software because software rebound also came back a little bit last week. Okay, and here's another one: AMD, Oracle, Microsoft, and IGV lead a monster week for tech. We'll talk about that as well. And right here, Cursor is in talks to raise $2 billion for a funding round at a valuation of over $50 billion. Okay, and Google is also in talks with Marvel to build new AI chips. All right, and let's see. Okay, I see Dylan. Okay, I'm just getting into cold. Could you tell me? I'm just getting into. Yes, actually, Dylan, I love the precious metals. I do. For example, let me know if you're getting into the actual miners or if you're getting into the actual metals themselves. Let me know which one. And also, same thing to you, Dylan. We can talk a little bit here during the live stream, but if you want more insights, send me a message there and we can talk more directly. So the channel doesn't get dinged or restricted from the algorithm. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So okay, Dylan. In just a little while, we'll take a look at some of the miners. I'll look at some of the miners on TradingView, and then I'll give you a general idea of how they're doing on TradingView, and then you can just message me and ask me more specific questions. Okay, Dylan? All right. Because again, I can't get too specific here, otherwise the platform will basically block the channel. Okay, thank you very much. And if anyone, yeah, thank you, Dylan. Also, again. If anyone else is also interested in how precious metals are doing, whether it's the paper market or the metals market, let me know too. I enjoy talking about that. Okay. Nuclear energy is indeed. Yes, Christian. We're going to talk about nuclear energy as well. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay, good. Dylan. Yeah. Like I said, on this channel, we're going to break down a lot of the headlines, a lot of the companies in the headlines, and then we'll also break down a lot of the requests for ticker symbols. Okay, so if there's a certain mining company or a certain particular thing you want me to look at, just feel free to put the ticker symbol in the comments as well. Okay, and all right, Christian SMR got you on that. Okay, see, thank you, Christian, and let's see, Care Bear, okay, got you. Ink, okay. Got it. Okay. Very good. And CEG. Oh yeah, CEG. That's a very popular one. Got it. Okay. Very good. And let's see. Making sure I didn't miss any comments here. Good. Okay. Care Bear got you. Christian, yes. Yeah, very good. Okay. And having said that, Puma Relics, greetings, and welcome. Yeah, indeed, Puma Relics. We will talk about the S&P as well. Thanks for jumping on. Okay, very good. All right. Okay, and right. See, also, for example, for those of you asking about some of the precious metals, we will talk about that. For example, here we go. Right now, the updated for, yeah, gold just dropped 0.72%. It's down to 4,796, and silver actually dropped $1.51. It's down to 79.19, and a lot of that happened because, are you able to talk about your monthly? Let's see, Dylan, a good question. No, well, on the live stream, no. But if you send me a message, yes, I can do I can get into a more specific conversation. But during the live stream, I cannot. That's why, again, I don't really make the rules, but that's the way the platform works. It's not very convenient, but that's the way it has to be. Yeah. Um, okay. Alan, again, for example, good question, good comments. Send me a message, okay? Okay, and there, yeah, Dylan. There you go. Thanks, Dylan. And Alan, we can go into more of that specifically as well if you want. Okay, good. All right, now let's look at here. I got also, for example, just to update for those of you. Also, I see some questions about oil and Hormuz. Okay, right now, West Texas Intermediate is at 88.53. It's up 5.5%, about $4.68. Brent Crude 94.6. It's also up about 4.75%, and up about $4.29. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. And yes, Puma Rolex. That's right. Yeah, we'll look at the NASDAQ later as well, okay? Yeah, all right. And for those of you curious, talking about the metals, for example, here's one of the main ones. For example, if you want to talk about miners, let's see, Newmont, I'm expecting this to go down because the metals have already gone down. And yeah, look right, okay, for example, look right here. You'll see it's a Newmont Corporation. If for those of you who don't know, Newmont is one of the bigger miners engaged in the exploration and acquisition of gold properties containing copper, silver, metals. Canada, Mexico, Argentina, they're one of the big miners. And as you can see, gold and silver just dropped because of Hormuz. Got it. Alan, thank you very much for sharing. Okay. Yeah. Again, let's get more into that outside the stream, okay? It'll work better that way. Thank you, Alan. And right now, Newmont, as you can see, pre-market's already down. It went from 116 down to 114. I would expect that to happen with some of the other miners as well because they correlate so much with the ups and downs of oil, which is connected to the dollar, the petrodollar, and which is now possibly becoming the petro yuan. But if you've heard about that, but so when the oil goes up, the value of the dollar goes up. So inversely, the value of gold and silver, valued in dollars, goes down. Okay, so for those of you asking about the metals, that's part of it. Here's another one, Freeport McMoran, right here. Bum, bum, bum. Also, you can see here, Freeport McMoran is also another big mining company. They also just dropped 2 points from 70 pre-market. They're down to 68.9. Again, you'll see that again with a lot of the miners. If you have more questions on that, just let me know. One thing I will briefly introduce here. What is that? Great. For example, the software that I'm on right now, this is TradingView, okay? Yeah, good question. Now, looking right here, Yes, I'll get to that in just a moment. But right here. Now, some of the headlines. So, software stocks have joined a market rally. There's a classic investing lesson here. Again, a lot of the ones that we talked about, Microsoft and what's another one that we talked? We'll get into a lot of the software stocks. One of them, the ones right here, MSFT. If you're looking at the software, because software, so if a certain company acquires more metals, the company would increase in price or decrease. Dylan, good question, but it's not that black and white. So, it's also, you have to keep in mind that metals is tied to the dollar because it's priced in dollars, and dollars is also tied to petrol, and also that's why the value of petrol changes the price of dollars, which then changes the price of the metals. So it's a lot more complex than just that, Dylan. Yeah, Care Bear, got your message. Again, if you're wondering, let's look at it. Here is your Dow Incorporated that you're asking about, Care Bear. I got you right here. And for example, right now, I can't answer your question specifically because it would sound like a suggestion or a recommendation. But here's the information that I can give you during the stream, okay, Care Bear. Right now, the Dow is at Dow Incorporated is at 35.6, and pre-market it's at 36.5. Okay, that's information I can give you right now. You're seeing it. It rose 1.5, and so right now, if you want to, just send me a message and we can talk more specifically about your question outside the stream. Okay, and also going back here to. Kevin, 5257, good morning from, good morning, Lakeland, Florida. How are you there? Let me know what's going on. So with it, about flip, that would be a good idea to look into how, yes, Dylan, exactly. Well, for example, that's why when you saw the Strait of Hormuz open, very quickly, very shortly on Friday, gold and silver jumped up. Okay, they jumped up because if the Strait of Hormuz is open, then the value of oil goes down. The value of the dollar. That's one of the reasons why the value of the dollar can go down. And if the value of the dollar goes down, then inversely, gold and silver will go up. And you saw that happen on Friday. I don't know if you saw that, but yeah, on Friday it did temporarily. The metals, they went up, and then quickly again, they reversed. Yeah, Dylan. Okay, so just think about that. Okay, good thoughts. Let's see. Lawrence, greetings, and welcome. This channel is for everything U.S. headlines, U.S. news, and actually, we're going to be breaking down a lot of the companies on TradingView from the headlines and from the news. So, thanks for the question, Lawrence. And Eddie. Got your message, Eddie. Okay, and there we go. Came to the yes to Philip. Well, if the tanker came to the yes, it's Dylan. It's a lot. It is more. I get your thoughts. I know where you're coming from. I follow your logic, but it's a bit more complicated than that, but I do follow your logic. Yeah. Here we go. Okay. All right. Let's answer some of your questions. Okay. Eddie, I got you right here. LATE. Oh yeah, Lumentum. Yeah, we just talked about that. Lawrence. Right now I'm looking at TradingView. Yeah. Okay. No problem, Dylan. Thank you. Here is Lumentum. For those of you who may not know, Lumentum engages in the provision of optical and photonic products. It operates through the cloud and networking and industrial tech segments. The cloud and networking segment refers to a portfolio of optical and photonic components. There you go. A little bit about momentum. And right now, since you asked, Lumentum 894, and pre-market it's down to 882. Okay, so it's actually dropped Yeah, about hmm, 10 points. Yeah, 894 down to 882. Yeah, actually it is. Yeah. Interesting. Now, looking right here, a couple things I will introduce you to are some of the indicators. Very briefly, this is just very, very brief. Look into the tech markets possibly more. Um, well, again, Dylan, it's not that one is better than the other necessarily, but there's a lot to be said about timing, because remember, what was it, a couple weeks ago, the all the tech stocks were down, including Nvidia, including Tesla, including what was it, many of them, and they just lost billions a couple weeks ago. But then they rotated back up. Meta had lost billions and they were down, and then they also rotated back up. So again, it's a lot more complex than that. I do appreciate the question. Just again, it would be easier. Send me a message after the stream and we can talk more in depth and more analytical specifically for your question. Okay, Dylan? And let's see. Here we go. For the person asking me about Lumentum right now, okay, here's the relative strength index. You can see it right behind me. Right here, this is the overbought, this is the oversold line, and this is what we call basically the neutral area in the middle. Thanks, Dylan. And again, these are just guides, because the 70 line and 30 line, they can go way overbought before correcting and coming down. They can be way oversold before ever rebounding and coming back up. And also, I can show you an example of that right here, actually. So if you look at this chart right here, you can see that this went way overbought for, before ever correcting and coming down. That's what I mean. And then right over here, this one, the moving average convergence divergence, a real quick intro. For example, right here, this is the blue MACD line, okay? And just to be quick and brief, when the blue MACD line crosses the signal line going down, you're gonna have a downward chart pattern. And when it crosses going up, okay, you're gonna have an upward chart pattern right there. Again, crosses going up, upward, crosses going down, downward. Now, obviously, the MACD is much more complicated than that, but that's just a very simplified, simplistic intro to it. If you want to know more about the indicators, feel free to reach out. All right. But okay, Lumentum right now, again, it went from 894 pre-market 883, and actually right now, volume wise, it is at 434.34 million. Market cap is at 63.8 billion. Okay, you can see that right here. And if you go to the bottom right here on TradingView, that's where I'm getting some of those stats right there. All right, and look at how, for example, a lot of times you will have more trade volume when you have more price action. You'll see that right here, the trade volume, and a lot of price action here. You can see that how that comes into play. Okay, very good. And let's see. All right. Now another one, let's see, you asked about was Black Sky Technology. Who was it that asked about that? For the person that asked about Black Sky Technology, this is for you if you're still in the stream. Yeah. Malcolm, yes. Right now I'm on 1 day. 1 day. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And Malcolm, again, if you want to know more about the indicators and how I use them, just feel free to reach out, okay? But yeah, I'm on 1 day right now. And for the person that asked me about Black Sky, it is a space-based intelligence company which engages in the business of delivering real-time imagery, analytics, and high-frequency monitoring of the most critical and strategic locations. So thanks for asking about this. And there we go. Malcolm, thank you very much. Okay, not yet, Christian, but I'm getting to it. Nobody knows. All right, thank you very much. It was it was a ticker symbol that was requested. Okay, all right, and because somebody was interested in it, nobody knows. But there you go. So always glad to take some requests right here. Black Sky Technology. 37.57 pre-market, it's at 36.98, so basically dropped a point. And right here, volume wise, it's at 2.68 million, and market cap's at 1.39 billion. And right, yeah, actually it's holding, yeah, right there. Now if you're looking for, let me see if I can give you a couple of these real quick. Dun, push this up, yeah, right here for example, you're looking for a couple of chart patterns. Here's your head, left shoulder, right shoulder, and there's your neckline to drop it down. Again, if you also, here's another one, head, left shoulder, right shoulder, a couple chart patterns, there you go. If you also want more information on chart patterns, you can also feel free to reach out about that. Here's an example of, here's your double bottom right here, double bottom, and then it neckline goes up right there. And yeah, got it. And for the person that asked about Black Sky Technology, if you want more information, feel free to reach out. Also, okay, Christian, you asked about SMR. Here is SMR right here. Yeah, New Scale Power Corporation going nuclear here. Dun dun dun. Okay, for those of you who don't know about New Scale provides proprietary and innovative advanced small modular reactor (SMR) small modular reactor nuclear energy with a mission to help power the global energy transition by delivering safe, scalable, and reliable carbon-free energy. Yeah, there, safe, scalable, and reliable carbon-free energy. There we go. Now, right here, New Scale is trending down at the moment. It's actually went from 1265 down to 1235, and look at the chart pattern right now. It continues to drop. Right here, if you're curious, in October it was up to like 56. Now it's down to 12. Let's see, Christian, tell me a little bit more about this one. Okay, why did it drop so much? And if you're looking for some chart patterns, here is your head, left shoulder, right shoulder, neckline, and that dropped it right down. And then right over here, again, you can see if you pull this up, similar pattern right here. Here's your head, left shoulder, right shoulder, bang, drops it down. All right, here we go. And what do you think about the future of nuclear, Christian? Let me know. And let's see. Yeah. All nuclear stocks drops around the same time, most likely. Ah, okay. Thanks, Christian. Here we go. And let's look up. And SEG. Here is. Oh yeah, Constellation Energy. This is another popular one. Here we go. Constellation Energy. Dun dun dun. All right. Constellation Energy Corporation engages in the generation, supply, and marketing of clean electricity and renewable energy products and solutions. The firm also offers wholesale energy, retail products, and services. There we go. Basically, clean energy, renewable energy products. Dun, dun, dun. And actually, right here, they are sitting right here in the middle. Look at the RSI. Hovering very, very neutrally, and you can see that right here in also the price chart. They're almost in consolidation there. You can kind of see a little bit of a resistance and support, consolidation. Christian, nuclear energy will probably receive some positive propaganda soon to change the narrative, right? Yes. Yes, Christian. I share your sentiment. Yeah. Do you think nuclear is the energy of the future? What do you think about that? Right now, Constellation Energy sitting at 296, and pre-market it dropped down to 294. And yeah, let's see here. Here's one right here. If you're looking right here for a chart pattern, this looks to me like a reverse head, left shoulder, right shoulder. Here's your neckline, breakout, bang, going up. So the reverse, or the head and shoulders drops it down, the reverse head and shoulders brings it back up. Just like a double top, we'll push it down, a double bottom will push it back up. Yeah, there we go. And all right, that's okay. Now if you have other definitely the future. Only way to keep up with the demand of data centers in the future. Yeah, I share some of your sentiments along those lines too. Very good. Good. All right. For everybody else, if you have other ticker symbols you want to look up later on, let me know, okay? All right, let's go back to some of the headlines. And good morning, everyone. Thanks for saying hello. All right, now let's go right here. Where was it? Yeah, Morgan Stanley sees agentic AI widening chip spending beyond graphic processors and CPUs. All right, one thing that we will look up is we have talked about banking. We have talked about Nvidia as well. Let's look up Morgan Stanley right here. For example, yeah, if you're also into some of the banking sector, this we talked about this area last week as well. Right here, Morgan Stanley, they are trending upwards, as you can see right here. They went they're at 188 pre-market, they're down to 187, and you can see that in the RSI. Okay, RSI went all the way up to 78, and again, it got overbought and did a small correction. It's down to 70 now. You can see the small correction there in the price chart as well. Right now, volume is at 6.8 million. Market cap is at 299 billion. And if you, again, since we're doing banking at this right now, let's also look up, what is it? Morgan Stanley and Bank of America as well. Because the banking sector was doing very, very well. And yeah, Bank of America right now, if you're looking at the banking area, they're rebounding a lot as well. They went from, what was it, down here at 46, now they're up at 53. 53 now, pre-market down there at 53.6. They dropped about half a point. Also, you can see that they're still almost in the overbought area, and lots of trading volume going on right there. Volume is at 43.4 million, and market cap is at 386 billion, right there. And also, Goldman Sachs. Let's look at them since we're talking about banking. Goldman Sachs, another one in the banking area, jumping up. They went from 282, now they're up to 925. 925 at pre-market, they dropped to 8 points down to 917. So pre-market, they dropped 8 points down to 917, and right now, yeah, you can see them. They're almost getting to the overbought area. They're at 64. Getting very near to overbought. Lots of trade volume happening. Volume right now is at 2.8 million. Market cap is at 273 billion. All right. Now let's get to some of the more interesting ones. We've also talked about Meta. We're going to get into the tech side right now. So if you are into the tech side, I just got a job as a business acquisition specialist. Oh, Parker, congratulations. Share a little bit about that if you want to. Yeah. Okay. So Meta targets May 20th for the first wave of layoffs. They're going to lay off 8,000 employees, 10% of its global workforce. God, let me know if you know anyone that's being affected by AI and tech and layoffs. I want to get into this. Okay, Parker. Good, Parker. This is an educational channel. 10% is insane. Christian, I agree with you. Parker, for example, you can listen to the stream, watch the stream, get some education if you want. If you have specific questions about like which sectors, which area, which areas are you interested in, stuff like that. Also, if you want other educational resources, I can share some of those with you. Just that's what this channel is for, actually. Feel free to reach out. Again, just contact me here, okay? Yeah, tech and AI, gotcha, Parker. Contact me here, and after the stream, I'll share some resources, other websites, other channels and stuff that might be helpful to you if you want, okay? But good that you're trying to get educated first. Many people just jump in and lose all their money. Yeah. Education is key. Continue down that line, all right? Yeah, thanks, Parker. All right. Now, yeah, like you said, Christian, 10% is insane. That's 8,000 employees. 10% of its global workforce are 8,000 employees. Let's take a look. But the market loves layoffs, so perhaps That means Meta just went up, or will soon go up, or yeah. So let's take a look here at Meta. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Meta, as you know from this is in March 27th, they were at 523. Now they're up to 688, and let's see, 688. And pre-market though they dropped down to 681. Okay. But yeah, they did rebound. What was it, back March 26th? They were actually super oversold at 22. And yeah, look at this rebound, boom. And yeah, right now, volume right now is at 16.28 million, and market cap is at 1.7 trillion. Okay. Let's see, Parker, again, you said some tech AI. Again, you'll learn from this too. Look at the rebound on this. Look at how quickly things can change. They can go from oversold or overbought to oversold back up. Yeah. And also, Parker, if you're looking at this and you want more information on some of the indicators or how they work, or how to look at some of the earnings reports, things like that, or revenue, profit, etc., feel free to reach out. You have my information now, so just reach out and let me know. I can also give you some more websites or some more places, YouTube channels where you can learn more about that stuff. Also, just keep learning and keep growing, Parker. That's the key. Good job. And it's also we were going to take another one right here. What's Meta? Oh yeah. Let's also take a look at Nvidia. I get a lot of questions about Nvidia too, because Nvidia just cracked the 200 psychological barrier on Friday. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know how to say your name. I'll just say D1R because that's the last thing at the end. D1R, hello, and greetings. Welcome. We're going through a lot of the news headlines, U.S. news headlines, and all the companies that are involved, and breaking those down on TradingView, and some of the other ones as well. And we're doing requests. If you have a request for a ticker symbol, just drop it in the comments, or if you have a request about a headline that you heard about, feel free to share. Okay. End goal is I want to open up my own private equity firm. Got it. Okay, Parker. Lots to learn. Take your time. For example, right now, Parker, this is on TradingView. Yeah, but there's many other websites that you can use too that have lots of other good information. This is just one of them. Again, just reach out and I'll share more. Okay, there we go. And all right, here's Nvidia, for example. Nvidia, yeah, recently, remember, again, learn how the market can fluctuate. Yes, exactly, Parker. Stay young, keep learning, and again, save your money and don't spend money until you know more about what you're doing. Okay, so you're doing good. All right, here we go. Right here, Nvidia jumped up here at 71 actually on the RSI. And right here, it went from 164. Again, this was March 27th. How quickly things can change. Let's see. Okay, Christian, got it. No problem. Hey, that's part of what this program is about, because I know nuclear is a hot topic right now. I was planning on doing, there's an article I saw here. Where is it? There's an article here I had about Oklo as well. So is Oklo one of the ones you're also looking at, Christian? Let me know, since you're looking at energy. I thought it might be, but we'll do Oklo. Okay. But Nvidia right now went from 201, and pre-market, oh, interesting. It broke the psychological barrier of 200. It's down pre-market at 199.7. So that's, Oklo is also one. Okay, yes. Okay, then this is, we'll put that on the list for you too. Thanks, Christian. And okay, 164. And again, it took a while for this thing to finally break 200, and then it'll be interesting to see what this does once the market actually opens up. So 199.74. again, Parker, since you're looking also at tech, this might be interesting for you. And is putting a nuclear plant on the moon. Wow, I love it. Thanks for sharing that, Christian. I've heard about the plans to put. You talked about nuclear energy and data centers, right? I've heard about a lot of the plans to put data centers in space too. It's interesting how that's going to work. Let me know your thoughts on that, and have you heard the same headlines? For example, it wasn't just Musk that I heard say that. It was someone else too. Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Something like that. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Put did what? That's where's my? I wish I had the article. Where was it? I keep all my notes. It would take me a while to dig it up, but hold on. I wrote that down because I was like, I had the same question you did. Hold on one second. Where is it? I have that here somewhere, where it wasn't just Tesla that said that, it was somebody else too. Well, I don't. But yeah, it was an interesting headline. Where was it? Well, anywhere in a way from. Yeah, that's true. But where the heck was it? Yeah. Gosh. Well, anyway, if I find it, I'll get back to you later. But it wasn't just it wasn't just Musk saying that. It was somebody else too. But oh well. Now that you got me thinking about it, it's interesting. Yeah, there's something about, because the energy that you can get in space is much more than the energy that you can get on Earth or something like that. And the article did a good job of actually explaining it, and so that's why I thought it was interesting. But okay, so that's Nvidia, and right now, what was I going to say? Your volume right now is at 160 million. Market cap is at 4.9 trillion. How would they bring the energy? We don't have no. That's why I say, like, somehow I think they were gonna. Man, like, you're asking the right question. Somehow I think they were gonna have the data centers in space, and or orbiting. Like, I don't have the answer to that, but like, that's why I'm like, where the heck is the article? Yeah, I know what you mean, but the article did a good job of actually talking about that. That's why it sounds so strange, but the article, they answered the questions that you have right now, and I have that in my notes somewhere because I remember sharing that in a live stream. If it, like, for example, I can't remember if they were gonna put everything in space and then not bring the energy back to Earth. I think that's what it was. They were just gonna have everything in space, because right, like you said, but anyway, I'll look at it later. But yeah. Okay, so there's Nvidia. Also, for you, we'll talk. Here's Oklo. Let's go over here to Oklo. Dun, 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 dun. Oklo right here. Oklo, yeah. For example, since we're talking about energy and Oklo right here, Oklo engages in the development of fission reactors. It provides clean energy through the design and development of fast fission power plants. Yeah, there we go. So this is Oklo, since you're asking about it too. Here we go. Yeah. So right now, Oklo is sitting here at 66.81. Pre-market, it's at 64.5. And then right here, RSI-wise, it's still climbing. You can see a bit of a rebound. It went from 44 up to 66. And it's just dropped 2 points down to 64 in pre-market. But right here, the RSI is at 63. Still got room to run. And if you're looking for chart patterns, here's one for you. This um, the head and shoulders, drop this one down. Yeah, right there. And here we go again. Right here, Oklo. Volume wise is at 24.36 million. Market cap is 11.6 billion. And another one that, let's see, here we go. LEU. LEU right here. Citrus Energy Corporation. Christian, here we go. Citrus Energy engages in the supply of nuclear fuel and services for the nuclear power industry. It operates through low enriched uranium, LEU, hence the name, and technical solution segments. LEU segment includes various components of nuclear fuel to utilities from its global network of suppliers. There we go. That I'm pretty sure all those tickers have government. Yes, probably. Thank you, Christian. So Citrus Energy Corporation, right now, again, they're at, 203. Pre-market, it's down to 199. You can see that right here. Very small rebound from 167 up to 203. And right now the RSI is still hovering in the neutral area. And let me see if I can pull out here we go. Basically, you're looking at another head, left shoulder, right shoulder, and then there's your neckline to drop it down. And right over here we go. See if I can pull this in. Yeah, basically you have a double, basically also a double bottom right here. Two bottoms come around the same point. There's your double bottom neckline to bounce it out, bounce it up. And right now volume is at 1.07 million and market cap is at 4 billion. Yeah, and that's BWXT. Now you asked about BWXT right here. All right, BWXT Technologies. This is also engages in the supply and provision of nuclear components and products, operates through government operations and commercial operations segments. Yeah, government contracts, nuclear reactors, including related nuclear fuel, etc., etc. Parker, yes, that's another one that we're going to do in the program. Palantir, yeah. Thank you, Parker. Here we go. BWX. Give me 1 second, Parker. Right here, BWX sitting here at 61 on the RSI, and going up here, they had a small correction. That's what that correction is about on the RSI. They went from, what was it, 241 or 239 down to about 230. Small correction, but right now they're sitting at 235, and pre-market they dropped one down to 234. And yeah, all right. And volume right now for BWX Technologies, volume is sitting at 1.39 million, and then market cap is at 21.6 billion right there. Yeah. Let's see. Zakia, greetings, hello, welcome to the channel. Everything U.S. news, headlines, and all some of the companies in between. Okay, and you asked about Parker, Palantir, yes, PLTR right here, Palantir. Yeah, most people know what Palantir is, but if you don't, it engages in the business of building and deploying software platforms that serve as the central operating systems for its customers. It operates through commercial and government segments. The commercial segment focuses on customers working in non-government industries. Government segments is involved in providing services to customers that are United States government, etc., etc. Christian, thank you very much for the comments and questions. See you around as well. Parker, here we go. This is for you. Okay, Palantir right now, looking right here, is sitting RSI very neutrally. Remember we talked about this is the neutral area between 45 and 55, Parker, and right here 51, very, very neutral. And you can see that also, Parker, right here in the MACD. And then Parker right here, if you noticed, you probably heard that Palantir just recently dropped a lot. It went from right here, give my crayon, 155 down to 127, and then from 127 it bounced back up to 145. So again, Parker, that's how quickly, it's falling now, it's rebounding. It's how quickly it can correct and rebound. Okay, so right now 146 pre-market, it's at 144, but yeah, it's rebounded nicely. So Parker, hopefully that's interesting. Again, Parker, we can talk more about that after the stream. Let me know, Parker, if you have other ticker symbols or anything you'd like to look at. I can help you out there. Yeah. You're welcome, Park. All right. Now let's go back to some of the other ones in the headlines. If you have questions about some of the headlines or want to know, feel free to ask. Again, let's just brush up a little bit here. For those of you just jumping on, yeah, the market just went through a dramatic 180-degree reversal last Friday. The Strait of Hormuz opened up, and then, by the way, it closed again. And we were cheering for the S&P to break through 7,000, which it did. And right now, if you're curious, the S&P is sitting here at 7,126. And also, NASDAQ is at 26,672. And right here, Dow Jones is at 49,447. Yeah. Now, the NASDAQ surged 6.8% in a single week. But at this moment, the black swan has already flapped its wings and arrived directly. So, Parker, good question. I'm online right now, and then I'll go off on. I'm here for about 30 more minutes thereabouts, and then I'll be on again later on. And basically, I try to stream every day, Monday through Friday. Yeah. So, thank you, Baccarat Rouge, for the follow. Thank you, Parker, for the follow, the likes, and the shares. I do appreciate it. But yeah, got to hop off, but I'll reach out to you. Okay, thanks. There we go. Thanks, Parker. Reach out to me, ask your questions about the different sectors, different things you're looking at. Glad to help out. I'll also share some informational resources, because that's what probably you really need right now, is more information to learn and to grow. Take your time. Don't get anything right now until you know more. And thanks for the questions, Parker. All right. And also, AI, technology, and risk assets were all on. But this weekend, the previously easing tensions in the Middle East suddenly reversed, with the Strait of Hormuz once again being shrouded in uncertainty. Is it open? Parker, thank you very much. Sounds good. Yes, talk to you soon. Is it open? Is it closed? Well, right now it's closed again. And again, what does this do for oil? Well, oil again surged up again. Western Texas Intermediate went up 6%. It's up $5.10. West, to 88.9. Brent crude went up 5.31%, up $4.80. And let's see, 95.18 right now, $95.18. And let's see. The core logic behind last week's rise was geopolitical easing and falling oil prices and the return of interest rate cut expectations. But now logic has kind of been a bit destroyed. Okay, so some of my insights, logic right now is this: tensions in the Strait of Hormuz, surging oil prices, rekindled inflation expectations. Yeah, inflation seems like it's going back up. Current situation is extremely tricky. Once oil prices firmly establish themselves at elevated levels, then U.S. Treasury yields will immediately push higher, and this implies that 10-year U.S. Treasury yield of 4.32%, which we discussed last week, may merely be a starting point. If yields surge towards 4.5%, the valuation pressure on tech will become more crushing. For high valuation tech, this would effectively mean their funding lifeline has been cut. While last week was characterized by mindless buying, This week is, well, it's highly likely to evolve into extremely brutal structural battle. The market's recently established rate cut is now being scorched by the fires of geopolitical conflict. Yeah. So let me know some of your thoughts. Um, from the audience to the audience, in your opinion, what's the biggest market risk this week? What do you think? Is it inflation spiraling out of control, or is it further escalation of geopolitical conflicts? Give me some of your thoughts, some of the biggest problems that we can have this week. And let's talk about some of the weekly recap, okay? Shadows behind the splendor. The rally is unhealthy. Although the major indices did hit new highs, we have identified a very peculiar underlying metric. Last week, only about 26% of the constituent companies actually outperformed the broader index. All right, so some of my insights on some of this. What does this mean? It indicates that last week's surge was a highly concentrated bull run. Capital was frantically chasing AI companies and not mega cap technology giants, while the majority of traditional sectors did not genuinely participate in the rally. As I cautioned everyone last Friday, this kind of narrow market bull run offers an extremely low margin for error. So should the leading companies, the market bellwethers like Nvidia and Tesla, should they begin to falter due to deteriorating macro environment, a market stampede could occur at any moment while the indices hover above 7,100 point level. And it's S&P right now is at 7,126, okay? So let me ask all of you, let's get down to brass tacks. What's in your portfolio right now? Are you fully invested in tech and AI and ready to keep fighting? Or are some of you more diversified into energy or cash, hedging against black swans? Let me know. What are you looking at right now? And can earnings season outperform macroeconomic headwinds? Well, we're going to be looking at Tesla, also Intel, Boeing, and Procter & Gamble officially released their quarterly results. Let's take a look at some of them right now. We haven't looked at Tesla yet. Let's do that. Okay, here is Tesla. For the people that asked me about Tesla and some of the tech side, here it is. Right now, Tesla did rebound from 340 up to 400. They did break 400. And pre-market though, they're down to 396. So they did drop 4 in the pre-market. And Tesla plans about 20 billion in 2026 capital expenditure, a sharp rise in year over year, including a proposed 1 terawatt AI compute facility plus continued vehicle production spending. And right now their volume is at 90.64, market cap is at 1.5 trillion. You can see a lot of the high trading volume right here. And yeah, they did break 400, but it's down to 397 pre-market, okay? Now, if you want more information on that, let me know. Let's go on to Intel, okay? So here we are, Intel also sitting at 68. Pre-market, they went down to 67, but look at this. Very, very overbought in the 78 range on the RSI. And you can see they also went from 41 quickly up to 68. And right now, lots of trade volume. Volume is at 118 million and market cap is at 343 billion. All right. And let's see. I'm asking. Oh, sorry. Gromaline. I don't see your questions. Sorry. For some reason, they're not showing up. The first one I saw from you, Gromaloni, is I'm asking good questions. Why aren't you reading them? I don't see them. I'm sorry. Oh, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't understand. Sorry, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, so there's Intel. Also, let's look at Procter and Gamble. Here we are, Procter. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Procter and Gamble, right here. Yeah, Procter and Gamble is sitting right here. RSI is at 50, and here's a nice chart pattern for you. Here's your head, right here, left shoulder, right shoulder, neckline, bang, it drops down. That's if you're looking for chart patterns, that's one of the popular ones that dropped it down. Right now, it rebounded from 141 up to 146, 141 to 146. Pre-market, it's still at 146, and if you're looking right here. Right here, done. Volume is at 10.89 million. Market cap is at 341 billion. That's Procter and Gamble. Oh, yeah, I didn't even grumbling. I didn't even see that. Sorry, it wasn't me. Curious how that would have. Gosh, yeah, this is a comment I definitely didn't see. But I've seen some of the things. Well, I'll just say, like, I know where you're coming from, but I don't know enough to actually. I don't know enough specifically about that to discern whether yes or whether no. You know, I'm sure, as we all do, we hope it's not true. But again, I don't have enough information to discern at the moment if yes or if no. And yeah, but I don't know what to say, but if it was true, yeah, it would affect a lot, I think. Yeah. I share some of your same sentiment, but I can't say too much about this, obviously, or any of my thoughts, because it'll probably ding the channel. It wasn't me that censored those questions before, because I never even saw these questions. So I guess I should stay away from talking about these, because then it would also either ding or restrict the channel as well if I start talking about that specifically. But I guess if you want, you just send me a message off the stream, and I guess I can give you more of my thoughts that way. But yeah, my apologies. I didn't even see your questions. I didn't, censor them. It was the channel that did. So I should stay away from that. Just message me if you want to talk more about that specifically, I guess. Okay, back to Procter and Gamble. Also, thank you very much for understanding. There's a lot of things I cannot say on the live stream, because the platform will censor. That's also why there are certain questions and things I can't answer about companies, because it'll sound like a sales or recommendation, stuff like that. That's why I have to keep this purely educational, informational, and then if you want more insights and ideas, it has to be done. There's a lot that I can't do on the live stream, so sorry about that. That's just how it is. Also, if you're looking for chart patterns here on this, here we go. Here's your double bottom neckline, and it bounces up right here. And yeah, there's that. Okay, so that's Procter & Gamble. Another one that we were going to talk about is Boeing. Right here, I had a headline here about Boeing. Where is it? Talk about Oklo. Where is it? I thought I had a headline here about Boeing. I don't know where it went, but yeah, right here, Boeing. Okay, Boeing right now is also rebounding. Went from 189 to 223. Pre-market, it's at 222, and right now the RSI is at 57, and you can see that also in the MACD as well. Yeah. And then right here, Boeing quarter revenue is up 57.1% year over year, beat the revenue and earnings per share estimates, and right now volume is at 8.87 million. Market cap is at 175 billion. There we go. And if you have questions about any company you're looking at, feel free to drop the ticker symbol in the comments. You can look those up as well. And right here, if you're looking for here's another chart symbol for you. Here is your reverse head, left shoulder, right shoulder, and there's your neckline to push it up right there. Okay, and let's keep going. another one that we were going to look at. Oh yeah, TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor right here. Okay. BB, let's see. Zakia BBAI. Okay, got you. Okay. There we go. BBAI. BBAI. Oh yeah, Big Bear. This is a common one. Thanks, Zakia. And let's go right here. Let's see. Oh, Amos 6717. That's a great question. We actually just did discuss Nvidia a moment ago. For example, it did. What I can tell you is it did cross the psychological barrier of 200. It did rebound recently from 164 up to 201, so that's good. And also, but pre-market it just dropped down to 199, and volume right now is at 160 million. Market cap is at 4.9 trillion. Okay. And what I can tell you is that this is an educational channel, so I can't make any recommendations or suggestions on the live stream itself. But for example, if you go to my homepage, my YouTube homepage, there's a link there where you can contact me. If you want, we can talk more about the analysis of Nvidia, talk more about the shoulds and should nots of different sectors. If you want, contact me there, that's fine. But again, I can't make recommendations on the live stream, but contact me outside. Go to my homepage and we can talk more, okay? There's that. And for Zakia, BBAI, here you are. BBAI, Big Bear, here we go. Here we go. Big Bear Holdings engages in the data-driven decision dominance and advanced analytics that provide its customers with a competitive advantage in a world driven by data that is growing in terms of volume, variety, and velocity. Okay, and advanced analytics. Yeah, here we go. So right here, Zach. Yeah, here you are. Big Bear. Right now they're at 3.85, pre-market 3.75, and if you're looking right here, they are very neutral. RSI is at 54, and if you're looking for a couple chart patterns here, Zakia, here's your head, left shoulder, right shoulder, that dropped it down like it's supposed to. And then also, if you're looking for another quick pattern, look right over here. You'll see this one right here. Here's your double bottom neckline. Your double bottom is actually pushing this up. That's partly what the double bottom is supposed to do, Zakia. So anyway, I hope a little bit of that is helpful. Again, volume right now is at 46.2 million. Market cap is at 1.83 billion for your Big Bear. Feel free, if you want more information, to reach out if you want. Let's go back here. We just talked about Nvidia, Amos 6717. Let me know if you want more information. Now let's go to TSMC. Okay, and thank you very much, Josh. I do appreciate that. TSMC right here is sitting at 57.5 on the RSI, and yeah, right now it went from 315 up to 370. Pre-market it's at 367.2. Yes, Zakia, you're welcome. Feel free to reach out if you want more information, and thanks for tuning in. Hope you had a very good weekend and happy Monday. Also, if you are getting any benefit from this channel, if you're enjoying it at all, please feel free to click the like, share, comment, subscribe. It does help the channel. I'm not the algorithm engineer, but I've been told that we're trying to grow this channel, and one way to grow it is when you subscribe, when you like it, when you share it, it does really help a lot. So for those of you that are doing that, many thanks to you, and for those of you watching, thank you for tuning in. Let me know if there's certain things you want to look at, and we want to continue to build a community. So thank you very much. And that's Taiwan Semiconductor, forecast to roughly double revenue by 2030. Analysts note that also some of their peers are advancing initiatives. Yeah, so right now, volume for Taiwan Semiconductor is at 18.4 million. Market cap is at 1.67 trillion. Yeah. Okay. Now moving on here. That's at TSMC. Okay. Peter Bruck, 4613. I like the question. Thanks for the honesty. Again, on here, I can share information, educational information during the stream. Go to my homepage, go to my YouTube homepage. There's a link there. Contact me there, and I can share some other educational materials with you. Help answer some of your questions there that I can't really do here in the live stream. And if you'd like more insights or things like that, I can share them with you there. So thank you, Peter Bruck, 4613. I'll chat with you outside the stream. Okay. All right, now that's TSMC, Tesla. Also talking about Tesla, investors will be scrutinizing every detail regarding its robotaxi progress and AI chip strategy, because these are critical factors. Let's see, Tesla, yeah, 400 critical factors to determine whether the company can reclaim the $400 mark and establish a foothold. Okay. Intel is the loss in the foundry business finally narrowing. Well, given the current geopolitical climate, the market has run out of patience for mere narratives. The dominant theme this week is concrete delivery. If earnings exceed expectations, they may help offset the negative impact of geopolitical headwinds. However, if results prove to be lackluster, well, especially against the backdrop of current geopolitical environment, it could result in a double whammy for the company. Also, we just looked at Boeing, the industrial giant's battle to defend its trust and cash flow. Boeing is currently navigating an extremely challenging period. The market is looking beyond mere delivery figures to focus specifically on the cash burn resulting from recent safety audits. So if Boeing can provide free cash flow forecasts that demonstrate resilience even amidst its current difficulties, it could serve as a stabilizing anchor for the Dow Jones. Conversely, if risks become a broken link that drags down the entire traditional industrial sector, well, let's talk about Procter & Gamble. We also looked at them earlier. Procter & Gamble is basically a litmus test for pricing power and inflationary environment, with oil prices breaching the $90 mark once again. Cost pressures related to logistics and raw materials have returned. So Procter & Gamble's earnings report will reveal a crucial truth. Can American consumers still tolerate further price hikes? Well, if Procter & Gamble's pricing strategy falters, leading to a decline in sales volume, it would signal that S&P consumer staple sector is facing widespread valuation downgrades. So, one of my questions to you in the audience is this: how do you think Tesla's earnings report will perform this week? What do you think about Tesla? Does it still have room to surge? Are we only halfway up, or has it already entered the earnings realization phase and everything's already priced in? Do you think Tesla's still got room to run, or do you think it's done running at the moment? Okay. Yeah. So some of my thoughts about the current market landscape is extremely unstable. Basically, it's a powder keg, and the current gamma neutral zone sits right around 7,100. Right now, it's 7,126. Should the index breach this level triggered by negative geopolitical news, market makers will be forced to switch into negative gamma mode, meaning they will sell even harder as the market falls. So this implies that any retracement towards 7,000 point level won't be gentle, but rather sharp. Okay, so my question to you is, if the S&P does retest the 7,000 point level tonight, what will you choose? Okay, would you rather buy the dip, placing faith in AI earnings and performance, or would you reduce your position and wait on the sidelines until volatility subsides? Let me know your thoughts about that. Okay, the S&P, if it drops below 7,000, one, buy the dip, or two, reduce your position. What are your thoughts? Let me know. And also, some people in the comments I've seen have been asking questions, expressing their worries about some of the tech companies they're into, and also some of the oil prices, different things happening. What should they do? Should you cut your losses, or is it still too late to enter energy? I've heard that one too. Right now, this is the face of political black swan events. The absolute worst thing you can do is kind of engage in emotional trading. Okay, so the market landscape, this will be highly bifurcated, and one segment of capital will flee towards safe haven assets like gold. For all of you in the audience thinking about gold and silver, let me know. We can look up some more of those. While other segments will hold firm, betting on the upcoming AI earnings report. Let me know your thoughts. Send a direct message to my assistant with the details of your current portfolio holdings and enter the access code APR20, and I will send you a copy of 3 defensive hedging strategies for a reversing market, a report I compiled last night after conducting a market review until about 3 a.m. And I can teach you how to utilize options and inverse ETFs to hedge against this current wave of crazy geopolitical risk, okay? So here's some things that you can do. First, contact my assistant to claim your hedging strategy report. Locate my assistant's contact there in the details at the bottom of your screen and enter the code APR20. Also, tune in to the live broadcast today at 10 a.m. We will witness in real time the battle to defend the S&P 7,000 point level, as well as the true impact of oil prices on the tech sector, okay? And third, keep a sense of reverence, and remember, in a bull market, every falling knife, every sharp decline carries potential. So again, keep watching. If you're enjoying the channel, give me a like, comment, share. Let me know what your thoughts are. It does algorithm. It does help the channel, and if you are enjoying it, yes. So thank you very much, everyone, for liking and sharing. I do appreciate that. Let's take a look here at a couple more of the other headlines. We talked about Oklo already. Let's go into some of the software ones, okay? So software, let's go here to, here's one that we haven't talked about, Oracle. Here, Oracle right here is, right now, Oracle's sitting here at 175 pre-market. It's at 173. It went, earlier it went from 135 and it rebounded up to 175. RSI is currently sitting here at 70, okay? And again, yeah, so software stocks just had their best week since 2001. Narrative might be changing. Volume is at 45.28 and market cap is at 503 billion. And again, some of you are asking what software I'm using. Right here on TradingView, for those of you asking, and my time for the question is at 1 day. Also, again, we looked at, hold on, there's right now, and then also here's one, AMD, Oracle, Microsoft led a monster week for tech. So again, let's take a look here at AMD, advanced micro devices right here. As you can see, AMD jumped up from 194 to 278. Pre-market it's at 276 right there, and RSI is, wow, it's at 80 right now. Very, very overbought. But yeah, look at that nice rise. Yeah, right there. And AMD shares rose for a 13th session after a multi-year deal to supply processors for Meta's AI infrastructure, boosting interest in AMD's AI chip demand and market position. And right here, volume is at 35.5, market cap is at 453 billion right there. All right, that's AMD. Again, if you have more questions on that, feel free to reach out. AMD and Oracle, Microsoft, and IGV right there. IGV. Where is it? And then also, for another headline, AI startup Cursor is in talks to raise $2 billion for a funding round at valuation of over $50 billion. So here again, AI Cursor raised 2 billion funding round and over 50 billion. And we go right here. Yeah, funding round underscores the venture capitalist industry's enthusiasm for startups specializing in AI coding agents that can complete a range of software development tasks for users. Although Cursor was among the first major startups to focus on AI coding agents, other companies like Google and Anthropic and OpenAI have since debuted similar tools. Cursor announced in November that it closed a $2.3 billion funding round at $29.3 billion post-money valuation. The financing came after a $9 million investment round in June. Okay, yeah. And for those of you watching that have a question about a company that you're looking at, feel free to put the ticker symbol in the comments if you want. No problem with that. And also, right here, Google is in talks with Marvel to build new AI chips. I thought I would share this with you. Yeah. So Google is in talks with Marvel Technology to develop 2 new chips aimed at running AI models more efficiently. The information reported on Sunday citing 2 people with different knowledge of the discussion. One of the chips is memory processing unit that designed to work with Google's tensor processing unit TPUs, and other chip is a new TPU built specifically for running AI models, according to the report. Again, Google has been pushing to make its TPUs viable alternative to Nvidia dominant GPUs. Yes. Let's see. Arianic 8631. Yeah, we can do that. Here is open. Open right here. Open Door Technologies. Okay. Here we go. Open right here. Open Door Technologies. For those of you who may not know, engages in the operation of buying, selling, and trading of residential properties online. The company was founded in actually 2013, but buying, selling, and trading of residential properties. Interesting. Thanks for the heads up on this. Buying and selling residential properties. Here we go. Why is Open Door stock starting higher today? Yeah, why is it jumping up? Interesting question. Why, since you're Ryan 8631, tell me why did this company just rebound? Why did it go from 4 up to 5? Not a big rebound, but definitely you can see that in the price. Also on the RSI went from 39 up to 58. Yeah, definitely a rebound for sure. Do you know why this happened? Let me know. And right here, for volume-wise is at 43.4 million. Market cap is at 5 billion at the moment. Yeah. Thank you for the question. All right, now let's go back over here. Right here. Yeah. So we've already looked at Nvidia. Let's take a look here at Google. Right here. I think it's moving with the market. Okay, moving with the market. Got it. Let me know if you have any more thoughts about that. I'd appreciate it. Okay, looking here at Google at the moment. Also, Google is rebounding as well. You can see that right here. It went from right here. It's 270 up to 270 up to 339 right here. But pre-market it dropped down to 336. That's Google, but still at the moment it's in the overbought area. It's above 70. Look at that. It went from oversold at 23 to over here at 71. Interesting, right? And you can see that on the MACD as well. For those of you in the audience, if you would like to learn more about the indicators or how to use them, feel free to reach out as well. Right now for Google, let's see, raised their 2026 capital expenditures to 175 up to 185 billion. And right now volume is at 19.68 million. Market cap is at 4.12 trillion right there. Also, another one I was going to share with you for those of you right here. Headline: software have joined the market rally, and there's a classic investing lesson in the rebound right here. Are there any of you in the audience that are looking at software companies at the moment? We talked about Microsoft a little bit. What other companies are you looking at as far as software goes? Let's take a look here. Also, another one I was going to show you is SanDisk. SanDisk right here, because it also had a rebound as well. Look right here. It went from 562 up to 920. Yeah, right there. And let's see right here. You can see there's basically you have a double bottom right here. Here's your neckline. The double bottom again. It did what it's supposed to do. Double bottoms, and then the sellers lose their momentum and the buyers take over. Yeah. So right now, SanDisk volume is at 25.6, market cap is at 135.9. Yeah. And then there we go. Again, if you are enjoying this channel, if it's giving you any benefit at all, please feel free to like, share it, subscribe. It does help with the algorithm. I'm not the algorithm engineer, but I've been told it does help the channel to grow when people do that. And if you do have questions, feel free to go to my YouTube homepage. You'll see a link there. You can always contact me there. If you're watching here on TikTok, you can always contact me here, no problem. And other than that, have a great start to the Monday, and see you next time.